Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. If you are watching it here on Sunday, if not, I hope no matter what day you have is a good day. Today we're going to be relaxing, chilling out, doing a little bit of mining in the Prospector. I just picked it up. My last video, if you saw, I used the Drake Golem for a little bit of mining, a little bit of ship run through, and we're going to do the same thing today. So just to give you a little bit of format, we're going to pull the ship up, then we're going to do a quick review, walk around of it, and then we're going to take it out. All right, let's get to it.
Thank you. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
So this is another ship that does the mining, gaming loop. I would consider this one a little bit better than the Drake Golem, for the simple fact is it does have an interior which allows you to bring food and drink with you. The only drawback on the Drake Golem is the fact that it's a single-seater cab only, so you know, if you're in an atmosphere that you can't take your helmet off, you have no way to be able to eat and drink on the ship. But that's not the case in this ship. It has a little bit of room on the inside, nothing, you know, nothing crazy. So therefore, you know, you can have sustenance while you're out doing your mining. So if you bring, you know, plenty of food and drink with you, you can stay out and make sure, you know, that you can completely fill the cargo area with your ore or whatever you're doing. So as you can see, the ship isn't too large. It is beautiful. I do like the finishes on it. They do a fantastic job. So you'll see here, these are the ore bags, and these are removable with the tractor beam. Let's just show you right there. So you can just kind of pull them down and then they pull right off. So you are able to bring other bags. So say you were to, you know, have a ship that carried the, you know, spare bags, you could stay out there even longer. So like if you were to fit this ship inside of a larger ship and nest them in a way, you could bring a bunch of spare bags with you and then just keep swapping them out as your day is going on. This is my first time seeing this ship, so you know, I'm right here with you, so I don't know all the statistics and everything on it. So if I do miss some of the, you know, some of the componentry or some of the little intricate tidbits on the ship, you know, I'm sure chat will let me know, but it does seem to have a nice open view for sure. It looks like the ship does have VTOL. We'll see once we get inside. So that will help with stability, especially in atmosphere on planets. Alright, let's dive right in here. Okay. Inside the ship. Very nice. You can see it is completely sealed. There is a bed for bed logging. Look at that. It looks like it has componentry, but I don't think it's physicalized. Well, that's odd. They have a fire extinguisher holder right there, but there's the fire extinguisher. Looks like a little station for hydration. What do we have on this side? Our jump drive, gravity, life support, and radar modules. And in here we have our coolers, so it doesn't look like any of this is able to be swappable, so that means the ship has not gone through its gold pass. And what do we have in here? A restroom. The washroom. Shower up there. And our little potty. Excellent, very nice. Alright, we'll step into the cabin here. Pretty spacious, plenty of room to walk around. Really nice view for mining. Wow, that's fantastic. Alright, let's get into the pilot seat here. We will take this out. I always like the initial startup of ships. Every one of them are individual, so let's give this a listen.
How can Misc help you today? Systems on.
Very nice. I like that. So, like I said, with the ability of this ship to have an interior, when you're out mining, you can take breaks like this. You can see I need some food and water before I start my mission. And then I'm able to take my helmet off inside of here. And then I can get any kind of sustenance I might need. We'll just store that back in our backpack. That way when we get back at the end of the day, we can start setting it around our hangar rail, making a collection. Excellent. Now that we're good to go, jump back in the pilot seat. It is a very nice ship. It's a compact, tight feel, not too large. I'm wondering if this would actually fit inside of the Anvil Asgard. If you're very careful, it might. Alright, let's take off and go do our thing.
Launch sequence complete.
You're all set to go.
So it's definitely VTOL. VTOL is engaged by hitting K on the keyboard. As with all VTOL ships. And the benefit of VTOL is, you know, not only the stability, but your ability to, you know, also hit your thrusters with shift to gain altitude much faster.
Looks like you're on your way. It was great being able to help you, and I hope you're able to visit us here at New Babbage again real soon.
We'll get out of atmosphere, we'll engage with the mission. I did a little bit of ore mining, vehicle mining, as you could see in the last video, but this is my first time in this ship, so we're going to give it a whirl. I believe it does have a size 1 laser, so it's not super powerful. So there will be limitations to what this ship can do. All the componentry, as far as the mining head and things like that, can be swapped out. Very, very quiet ship. I do like the pip layout, how it's not little you know, individual screens, but it's an overlay onto the windshield. I find that to be very nice. So we will make this one. Oh, we'll make this one. Shield, so we'll just do dual shield.
Landing gear up.
So max SCM or max speed in SCM is 363 meters per second. Standard cruising speed in SCM is 155. So not a fast ship, quite the slug, that's for sure. But we're not looking to pull any maneuvers. It does have two, I believe, size 1 lasers. Let's we'll check those out. We'll add a little bit to the shield.
Shield on.
And everything are full, so we can add another pip to. Yeah, let's go to contracts here. Oh, I don't have any mining. I only have hand mining, so I have to do hand mining first before I can unlock the actual mining. Okay, well that really doesn't matter because we'll do an out of mission mining section just to give the ship a look. What I do want to do is I guess we'll go to we'll go look for some good resources here. We'll go to, what is it? Yellow, maybe? Yellow? So it does have a quite small quantum jump ability, but we still can make it to the moon on Crusader, Yella. So let's go there and we'll see what we can dig up. We'll go to the same planet I went to the last one. Didn't bring it up, so we'll just go straight to Crusader then, and then we'll go from. always enjoy earlier gaming sessions. Relaxing, cup of coffee, chilling out, low stress. My pup is asleep on the couch. He knows I'll be home all day, so he just takes full advantage of it. He doesn't feel like he needs to patrol, so he just kind of crashes out on the couch. So leave a comment down below. How long have you been playing Star Citizen? What's your favorite gameplay loop? Favorite ship, maybe? And whether or not you belong to an org, because if you don't, Citizen United Front is taking on members. If you just go to the org page, you can find us there. I'm going to try to put a link in the description, and then it'll be put in for approval. I'm not a leader or officer in any way of the org, just a member. Maybe we'll start that hand mission. That way I can unlock ore mining and things like that for Shubin, one of the companies that you work for. Because you need to gain a certain amount of rep to be able to unlock certain things, and you gain rep by doing missions of, higher and higher complexity. And you start off as recruit and go to junior rank and, all the way through mastery, so there are quite entailed gameplay loops. When I first started this game, I was just blown away by the scope and size of this game. I had always heard, some negativity, but, the positivity far outweighed it, especially from people that actually played the game. And now I know why. I know why people play this game. Does it have, bugs, things not always work 100% as intended? Yeah, but it is an alpha state, and we'll be coming to 1.0, and Squadron 42 will be releasing soon. So I've always wanted a persistent universe game where, it was an MMO, but it wasn't like a tab target MMO like a WoW or, Throne and Liberty or something like that. I wanted something just like this. Now we should be able to jump to yellow. Hopefully this jump point will keep us on the light side of this moon, where the temperatures are more moderate.
Quantum trouble engaged.
I don't like that. That's okay, though. We'll work our way towards the sunlight as we re-enter the atmosphere. So when it has that small, I know they're stacked on top of each other, it might be difficult to see, but this small symbol above them means that they're gem size. So you could pull out your hand miner and go mine those if you're in need of that resource. And then just keep those in your backpack. Usually gems are, they're fairly easy to mine with a hand mining tool. Works on the same principle as ships do. As far as your power output on your mining laser. Although it does look a little different, the concept is still the same. Let's see if we can get lucky and maybe come across some gold on this planet. Or this moon, excuse me. So by hitting V, you'll go into your alternate scanning mode. So when you hit Tab, it'll begin to bring up a little more information. All right, that's Stolamine. Raw quartz and silicone. Let's drop our landing gear so we can steady our speed.
Landing gear down.
We'll do a scan of this quartz and see what quality it is.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode.
We'll hit M for mining, just like all the other ships. Okay, so that piece, I believe it's telling me impossible. So it's a little bit too large for this mining laser since this is a size 1. It is 5% raw quartz, level 606. Quartz, and then raw silicone is over 500, ever so slightly. when you're mining, you're looking for, materials over 500, depending upon the quality of the item that you want to craft. The higher the quality of the material that you put in, say, 800-900 and above, you're going to get more substats out of what you craft, whether it be a weapon or something like that. Knock is successfully cracked. And this piece over here, we don't even need to crack this. It's low quality, but we'll take it anyway, just for the purposes of the video. As you can see in our lower right-hand corner, we're filling up our cargo. We have 3.7 SCU out of 32 total. Both this ship and the Drake Golem hold 32 SCU, I believe. But if I were to be purchasing a ship for the sake of maximizing, your investment, I would definitely go with the Prospector over the Golem. You control the power of the laser with the mouse wheel. As you delve into this more and more, you're going to obviously be looking for higher and higher quality of whatever material you're looking for. But for me right now, being a new player, I pretty much just take everything just so I can familiarize myself with the gameplay loop. I will sell off everything for personal money for myself uh, below a certain rating that the org wants. The org wants possibly over 800, but definitely over 900. So that material I will set aside, put it in an SCU container, and then next time I meet up and someone's online for the org, I will just pass that crate on to them, which is what I was going to do the other night. But unfortunately, I had a container on my Hermes filled with gold. Um, I had a little bit over 800, but unfortunately there was a bug in the game, and my ship just kind of blew up out of nowhere. So not only did I lose all the resources I was bringing for the mission that we were doing, I had a container filled with drinks and random ammos and heals and things like that. But more importantly, I lost that material, to donate. That way, as the guild crafts weapons, and people can put in requests for weapons to be made, and then they're created, and then that's how you would get a weapon that you might not normally be able to get yourself, if you're a new player.
Extraction mode on.
So usually in that situation, I'll keep anything from 600 to 800 for myself, and then the higher graded materials I will just donate to the org. That way, if I want to craft myself a weapon or, maybe ammo, you can go out and mine all the materials and then go to the fabricator and fabricate weapons, and pretty much just be a weapons dealer. And you can sell them on in the economy to other players, or just keep them in inventory for personal use.
Fracturing mode on. Landing gear up.
Just so you might want to know, there are multiple websites that can show you the best mining locations for whatever material you're looking for. Right. I would recommend that, as you're traveling through and you're mining, that you just go in a single direction and don't veer off, because you may find yourself then, turned around and, heading over ground that you've already looked at. Unless you're definitely going to keep yourself on, on your compass, and just remember your heading. Each rock does have, as you can see, mass and resistance and instability, and that all plays into, how easily it is mined. Sorry about that, a little bit of a shader issue on the planet here. Just wanted to position myself to get rid of that. Ooh, back it off, back it off, back it off. This is very, very low quality material, but what do we have? Another rock over this way, right?
Fracturing mode on.
Oops. Too large. Too close and too large. We'll move on to our heading. This one was easy for me, it's just a dead set 0. It's always our forward position on the compass. Very icy, very barren, but very beautiful. So after right.
Landing gear down.
See, small deposits like this would be what you would mine with hand mining. As a matter of fact, since we're here, we're just going to do a little bit of hand mining. Why not? We'll just make sure the temperature is adequate for us. We're not going to freeze to death.
Engines off.
Always, always, always turn your engines off on every vehicle when you leave it. You do not want it floating out in the middle of space and then you're stranded. Let's look on the mobi-glass. We'll see what this... I think we should be good. Yeah. So when you're in your pyro multi-tool, you're going to notice that there's different attachments, and make sure that your attachments are actually equipped. You know, you have medical devices, you have mining, you have tractor beam, you have things like that. So just to give you a quick heads up, if you have it out, and you can just hit J right there, and that's how you can change the loadouts within your, within your actual tool. See just how it shows the healing for the top, and then the bottom would be where you would put like an Cambrio light canister for repair and things like that. So it's always good to have one of these on you, so if you encounter any kind of difficulty, say componentry goes down or you damage your ship, you're able to do some repairs through EVA in the middle of space. You can go out there and fix your own ship or componentry. So alright, so what you want to do is the same thing. You want to point it on it, let it scan. What I usually do is I'll give it a quick click so it engages the scanning faster. And on the back of the mining tool, you're going to see the same type of, I want to say, meter on the left. That's going to be for your fracturing, and your power increase is going to be through left alt and scroll wheel. So I'll increase my power on the right until it gets within the zone for the cracking on the left. Now that I'm in the green zone, you'll see that circle on the bottom with the fracture symbol on it, and that is slowly filling. And once that is completely full, the rock will crack, and then you'll be able to collect. we go. And then right click is to collect. And this is just going to put this in my personal inventory in my backpack. So now if we go into my backpack, we'll see that I have Aphorite with a quality of 544. So anything above 500 to 799 I'll keep for myself. Just for light crafting. I'm just really glad I found this game. I mean, if people don't like it, I understand. Maybe it's not their cup of tea or they're frustrated, that it's in alpha and, you lose things, things happen, but I'm a very relaxed gamer. I'm over the Call of Duties, competitive shooters, and things like that. I want a good story. I want a good MMO. I want a good. Over the years, my gaming preferences have. Picking that one up. I'm in my late 40s. My gaming preferences have changed. I'm in it to relax and hang out with people, enjoy the conversation, whether it be with friends or people in the org or look at some of these qualities and see what we got. Yeah, see that one's the only good one. We have some low ones, but that's okay. We'll end up selling those. do want to check my. Okay, 37%. We can probably farm this whole deposit right here. So what you'll see is I'll bump up the power just to start heating up the rock, and then once it gets in the optimum energy, I just back off. And that's consistent with vehicle mining and things, because there are instances where the stability of the rock is very low, so as you're mining it, you'll see large increases in its overheating and overcharge. So just to avoid that, I tend to back the laser down just to keep it in a steady state. dark out now. Yeah, it looks like we got that deposit. Let's head back onto the ship. So let's look at our inventory here, see what we got. I know we got a couple over 500s, but a lot of low quality stuff here in the 300s. So we'll probably keep this one, these three, and then the rest we'll just sell once we get to the refinery. So.
Engines on. Launch sequence complete.
Towards zero heading here. Oh, I was really hoping to get that. At least we know we're moving on to different elements.
Extraction mode on.
I don't even know if we could extract. Let's give this a whirl here, right?
Fracturing mode on. Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Machine attack. Extraction mode on.
Just testing some stuff out for myself. Try to keep our heading the same here. Yeah, I was wondering if you could just straight extract, but it appears that no, those need to be hand mined. Warning, major torque imbalance. Uh-oh, I think I sustained some damage when that last rock blew up. Oh no. That is a thing, by the way. If rocks blow up, it will kill you or damage your ship. Let's see if it's something I can just do a quick repair of here. Repair all? No. No componentry took a hit. Let's see if we can get a visual on what we did to ourselves here with the major torque imbalance. That oh, I'm guessing one of the engines, maybe on this side, took some damage. Nothing too bad. At least I'm not seeing it if there is. Alright. You know what we'll do? We will actually head off to one of the refining stations. And the way you'll do that is just by going into the maps, and you can type in L1, and that's going to bring up all of your space station refineries. So if you go to maps here, and then you go to locations, and then you just hit L1, that's going to bring up all of them. And you know, this is going to be Crusader, this would be Hurston, this would be Microtech. So since we're next to Crusader, we'll choose the Ambitious. We'll set our course there. And we'll head off to that refinery. Is there a way? And we can repair all damage, refuel. Sell everything that we have. Torque imbalance really only affects you when you're in a gravity situation in atmosphere and space. It's really easy to deal with. I mean, unless you have, you know, an engine completely torn off of your vehicle, it's definitely manageable. repair and refuel.
Systems off.
I usually kind of wait until the doors start closing like that. That way it has more stability. And it makes sure that it reads whatever is inside of the ship when you get to the refinery stations and the ore sales. Inner station down to the refinery.
Management just wanted to make a general announcement to check your valve settings. We've been noticing leaks in processing.
To be where you could buy your mining heads and assorted equipment that you would need for anything. Obviously, it says mining support center. You know, your 1 and 2 SCU boxes, gear, personal gear, and then up here is where the refinery process is, and that's ore sales and refinement. Wonder if we should refine it first to get some more money.
got this com from my mum, and she's... Look, she means well, but isn't the best at expressing it. She just comes off as very self-righteous and dismissive of anything that's not simpatico with her worldview.
Two-minute processing time. 304 AUEC, so hopefully that will increase our cell cost. So there's 2 minutes until that's ready. We'll do a little bit of walking around until that's ready. Now we can go back into the sales, and now you'll see that the values, see, unrefined material, that's it. So now that all the other materials have been put into a refinery and kept at their current value and things like that, now we'll just sell the unrefined. Which is just, you know, non-craftable, all non-craftable materials. Just like you would remove, you know, what do they call it, I believe? Slurry or something from, you know, when they do aluminum and gold refining and things like that. $1,200, not much, but hey, you can buy me some ammo. I mean, I only have 36 million left, so kind of poor. Hey, ooh, nice armor. Looking good, buddy. Check on this, probably a minute or so left, maybe. 20 seconds. Any drinks or anything I can buy around here? No? You guys don't have a cooler? Like a cooler with some water, maybe? A little bit of silicone, a little bit of stuff that we kept from, that we did not. So now this should be in our elevator.
Postpone until further notice.
Hey, what are you doing that for? Oh, man. Let's go up to the Galleria. I don't believe I'd walk around the station, see what they have to offer. Maybe we can get some noodles or something. I'm not really hungry, but I am thirsty. I don't want to use a Lux because that does food and hydration, so. Alright, we got a Casaba here, so we can buy some regular clothes. You know, let's check our storage access so we can look and see what we have here. Food court. Oh, pretty cool. Look at that. Oh, they do have a noodle bar. That's a pretty nice place. Swanky. It's good to see that we're still using leather in the year 2900. You know what I mean? Durable. I don't know what material that would, you know, what skin that would be. Burrito barley. Yeah. Let's just grab a water here real quick. Did want to do. Contents remaining. Oh, missed it. And we do have that water bottle. I try to be a good citizen. You know, keep my trash where it belongs. Oh, no, no, no. What? I drank that whole water bottle. Uh-oh, I think we have a little bit of desync. We have a little bit of desync going on here. Oh. Huh, I had a half full bottle. Okay. I did not know that. By the way, is there a damn working garbage can around here? How come I can't put that in there? There we go. Okay. Let's check out what's downstairs here. Pizza, you got a juice bar, power stand, Land, water, no. You know, while we're here, I want to check something. See if Wicklow might need something. Is it collections? Very hungry. A berry blend and a fat-free ice cream. I've already done that one. Berry blend smoother and a fat-free ice cream. Do we have berry blend smoothies here? You know, let's check this juice bar. That might have been a berry blend over there. If it is, we'll just pick one up and keep it on us here. Berry blend smoothie. Look at that. Put that away. Any ice cream for sale? Oh, look at that. We got ice cream too. Look at that. Oh, is it the fat free, right? Come on, give me the one I want. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, I had it right there. There we go. Oh, store. Go back to our contracts here. Collections. Wicklow very hungry. Accept the offer. So berry blend smoothie and Irmer family fat-free ice cream. Alright. Check our inventory here. There's our ice cream. Fat-free. Where the hell is our smoothie? There it is. Alright, cool. Let's go back to the ship. We'll go do a visit for Wicklow and get this done. Even though I have completed this one. This one gives you the purple shirt and hat as far as the reward. It's just a lounge. It's going to be odd going to Wicklow in a Prospector, but hey, whatever. Right?
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again.
You know what I do want to go and see? Since I did not refine those materials, I want to see if they're in my brake manager. Okay, they are. Okay, I will just keep these here. So I got the 406. that's the refined stuff. Is this the end? Yep, this is the ladder. We'll just do a quick jump over to Wicklow, drop him off his ice cream and his berry blend. See if it's going to give us the reward twice here.
Hello, how can Misc help you today? Systems on.
Which Wicklow is going to be the closest?
Landing gear up.
Station 31. Let's see if that truly is the closest one. Nope, right there is.
Shields off. Quantum travel engaged.
Plus, when we're at Wicklow, I want to examine what it takes for an Idris ship, large capital ship, so I can start getting materials for that and at least helping out the org and working towards that goal, because it does require quite a bit. You know, and in my limited capacity in the game and being new, I don't know how I can help out, but if I can, I will. You know, even if it's gaining, you know, the basic materials and things like that.
Shield on.
So we'll go up and we'll see what the required mats are to gain an Idris. I'm sure it's hundreds of contracts and quite a bit of Wicklow favor and everything, I'm sure, for that Idris. I mean, if I can even help, I don't even know. You know, the items required for it might be gated behind progress of me even being able to go out and farm them. We'll find out, though. "40 Karenite gives a Wicklow favor." Huh. Maybe I should start farming Karenite. What about this one? Quantanium gives you Polaris stuff. I know there is a Polaris in the org. Sins has one. Valakar Pearls. Ooh. Ooh. That's the big boy right there. Okay. Hopefully this works. It doesn't freak out or anything or oh god, I forgot to put my helmet back on. Let's do that first. Look at that, I could have died if I was in some place that was a hostile environment. I can't tell you how many times I've done that, to be honest with you. It's crazy. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Ice cream. Drop item. And drop item. 1 and 2. Go. Oh, so now I got a white set. So now I have a black, purple, and white set. So that was an actual valid mission, not a redo. Unless the rewards are randomized, but I don't think so because there is reputation with Wicklow. We'll keep this stuff here. Alright, let's head into the Emporium and check out what the actual requirements are for an Idris.
Wicklow here. I look at parts now. Think I have all I need to make weapon.
So as you can see, you know, you do favors for this guy and he gives you rewards, and then each one steps up in complexity and volume of, you know, the resources he wants for what he gives you. And a lot of the things that he gives you are higher spec than you can just purchase in the world. You know, plus along with the rarity of the item. This is one of the armor sets I really want. I believe it's called Molten. Nope, that's not it. It's this one over here. That one. That's pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. I think the large ships are up still. Oh, hey. Who's in the tank there? What's up, buddy? Big boy in there. It's the Guardian, the Zeus, Navy F7. Bunch of weapons.
Contract out if you want me to make.
I've already seen a lot of this stuff. I'm just looking for the, oh, you can get an RSI Meteor, a Raft, a Prospector, Crusader Intrepid, Saber, Wolf, 2 Wolves, Drake Golem, So you would just activate these contracts and then go find the resources or whatever he wants and trade for it, which a lot of times will entail a base item of a similar rarity, especially for some of the armor suits. You know, you'll have to collect a rare armor suit in itself to give to him along with other materials to then upgrade that into the specific unique armor that he has and can give you. An Idris P. I want to look at... Oh, see, yep, not even acceptable. That's okay, I'll ask one of the org members what some of the materials are. Because that bad boy right there, that is, you know, going to be the backbone and do a lot of heavy lifting for a lot of orgs. I mean, there's going to be, you know, refueling and, I mean, it's a capital ship. I don't really need to say any more. It's, you know, needs a large crew. You can literally store ships, especially F7s and smaller fighters inside of it. The Polaris right here is also very nice. I just saw our org leader has one of these, and it's an impressive ship. It's very large and powerful. Alright, well, since we can't do that, let's just exit right out. This is the armor that I really want. I just think that is so cool looking. But I'm going to need to find some rare armor. Let me look at the contract to see. Okay, now we'll go into our contracts and see what kind of materials we're going to need for that. Contracts. The snowsuit. Need 4 drives, ASD drives. We're going to need a Geist armor set. So we're going to need the arms, the core, helmet, legs, and backpack. So along with the 4 ASD drives, we're going to need all 5 pieces of a Geist armor set. So it's all going to be in one location in an ASD, which will make it easier. Still have to start working on that. I'm going to keep that one. That's really the armor that I do want. I mean, I enjoy the armor that I have now. I think it's pretty cool looking, but it's not the one I'm going to settle on, at least until they start putting you know, perks and things in armor. I like that helmet. It has a very you know, very Bumblebee-esque look to it. If you've seen Transformers, you know, if that was yellow, that, I mean, it's definitely pretty cool. All right, let's get out of here, folks, and go do some more stuff. Oh my God, I've already been on 2 hours. Time absolutely flies when I play this game. This isn't the right way. This is the right way. Okay, and then what, there should be another stairway down one more level, I believe. There it is. Contracts and hide that so I don't have that Did that do it, or do I have to physically untrack? Okay, so it's physically untracking it, even though it says hide, unless that's the name of it, like an idiot. See, that's how new I am at this game. Legit. Alright, we'll keep the contract, but we will untrack it. So I'll need 4 ASD cards and a full set of Geist. I get such Master Chief vibes from that. Like, that looks like his visor, you know? Really is a shame how Microsoft took a big dump. It is not the same as it once was. They were a large part of my, my gaming days. Such epic titles. And let's do services here. We'll make sure we're topped off on fuel. We don't need any quantum fuel. Don't need any services. All right.
Time to leave. Okay. Now I open hatch for you. Leave. Bye now. See you next time.
Thank you, Wicklow. It's a pleasure doing business. Let's bring up our star map. Head out to New Babbage. I think I'm going to pretty much end the stream right once I get to New Babbage. That way. I don't know why I always like going back to my, home world. That's where my home regen is. Over on Microtech. Which reminds me, I have my respawn set for the Pyro Gateway. I need to change that when I get back to New Babbage. So what are you guys playing right now, as far as your games that you are playing or looking forward to coming out? I dabbled a little bit in Crimson Desert. I do enjoy it, but I don't like starting too many games at one time. I have a desire to play a game and really understand it and play it all the way through and complete it. So right now within the rotation, it's going to be next up once I do. But as far as games are concerned, this is my main. I do play some Wuthering Waves. I do enjoy that. It's quick, it's easy, mindless. A simple RPG. A little bit of Battlefield 6 occasionally. I will jump on that. I did start Wind Rose also. That is a fantastic game. It's on Steam. I think it's like $26. It's in its early access state, But it is a very solid game. Great mechanics. I don't know. Think of Valheim, Grounded, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag ship combat all came together and had a kid. Made this big porridge. That would be the the gameplay loop, along with base building and from Valheim and crafting and resource gathering and ship combat, ship exploration, out on the high seas. The game is absolutely stunning looking. It's gorgeous. So I would totally recommend that. The reason I enjoy this game so much is because of its complexity, and it's a game where I'm satisfied with incremental improvements in everything. Those gameplay loops of taking a long time to complete an objective or a goal or a greater overarching I don't know how to say it, a character improvement, account improvement. I mean, there are individuals in the org that have been playing this for years and years and years, and that's. I've always been looking for an MMO and a game of this scope, and technology is now here to give it to us, and in the fidelity that this game has. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. I know you guys are watching the stream. I'm broadcasting it in 1080, but I'm physically playing it in full 4K with everything on ultra, all maxed out. Eventually, hopefully, if the channel grows and there's a reason, maybe I'll just up my internet. That way, I can actually broadcast in 4K. So, if you want to help the channel grow, toss me a like, maybe subscribe. And then if it's cost effective for me to do it, then I'll improve the stream quality and everything like that, because I'm very new to streaming. I've only been doing it for a couple months maybe. I'm gonna be that grandpa streamer. Like I said, I'm in my late 40s already, so I've grown up gaming my entire life, starting with the Atari 2600, Q*bert, and Pac-Man, and Pong. So through the years, I've seen not only the fidelity of games get better, but the complexity and the systems. And nowadays we have the hardware that can really start expanding games. Hey, why did that bring that back? Contracts. Snowsuit. On track. There we go. Now it's gone again. New Babbage. Where's New Babbage up here? Plus, I enjoy the slower pace of this game, the preparation, the thinking about the equipment you're going to use, that what you need to bring with you, containers or mining vehicles or mining equipment, salvaging vehicles. Are you doing combat missions? What type of ship? Some people may have a level of impatience that's like, oh, come on, let me just get into the game. But that is not this game. This is a game that I sit and enjoy. We got some players heading over to the spaceport there, down on the tram.
There we go. Found you the perfect spot.
Good ship. I'm very happy with that. I like that much more than the Drake Golem because of the interior and being able to eat and drink inside of it.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Alright, let's go to the medical facility and make sure that we reset our spawn point here. Is the hospital here? I think it's in Aspire. I think we'll actually have to take the tram. I don't think it's in New Babbage International Spaceport.
Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy your time in New Babbage. For the latest updates on ship availability
Yeah,
and
it's
data handling, please use one of the conveniently located terminals.
How's it going? You gotta tell his funeral? Can't decide if I want to go.
Yep, Spire. No, wait for me, wait for me. Oh, don't. Just missed it.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers. The capsule.
So the current update is working on this. This would be what is part of the transit system to where they'll clean it up. You can see how it looks a little jaggy, not quite smooth and fluid. So they will eventually clean this up to where everything is nice and smooth. The textures overlaid over the programming aren't perfectly synced and matched with the route that the tram takes, so occasionally you'll get a stuttering effect. But it is fairly smooth now. Here we are at the Aspire. And there it is, Brentwood Care.
Hi.
Stay sharp. There's a lot of crazies out there.
Hey.
4-4, room 9. Residence reset.
Hello.
Never really walked around the hospital before here. Just make sure I don't need any heals. Nope, we're good. We got 6.
How's it going? Ugh, don't even ask. Just got your mic glass.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily. Nearing next stop. The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily. capital city of microtech, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
What's up, dude?
All right. It was nice chatting with you. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your visit.
What's up, girl? Come here
How's it
often?
going?
Hey. Kick that thing.
Hello, and welcome to New Babbage, capital city of microtech, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
One thing I do want to do is take those mats out of my backpack, store them in my local inventory here. That way I can use them in the fabricator. Is there just a screen for ore? Commodity, standard, vehicles, weapons, ammo, utility, attachments, throwables, clothing. You know what? I've been wondering if I want to put. No, I don't want sustenance. I want to put these legs back on. I did run a little bit faster with the medium armor instead of the heavy, but no, you know what? No. I'll just transfer it. Even though it's low quality, doesn't matter. Okay, why did you take that corner rifle? $560, that's the good stuff right there. Trying to see if I can. See, this should not be in commodity cargo, because then I could just click all. Other, all categories. Okay, so that's all. Okay. Well, then there we go. Move all. Now, if I go back to my regular inventory. Oh, okay. There we go. I learned something new, folks. So your mining stuff is just in other, all. That way you can just do a mass move from your personal inventory up here over to your local inventory on this side. Or if you, say you had an SCU container out, you'd be able to select it over here and move it all into a container. That way if you wanted to, bring it. Because the other night when I was loading up the gold for the org, I was doing it one by one, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. I was unsure, what rarity they wanted, so, I brought everything from like 650 and above, and then I ended up losing it to a glitch, but it's okay, whatever. Oh, you know what? I don't want to lose these either. Let me take these out of my inventory. Store those again. I had all that ammo to go fight a Valakar, and I didn't even end up making it there. Cool. Awesome. Alright guys, well that's going to conclude today's video. Thanks a lot for watching, hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe gained a little bit of knowledge on, the mining. Although I'm sure not. I have, such a little experience in this game. I really have, a lot to learn myself. But one thing I would say is if you're looking at a mining vehicle, the Prospector is definitely better than the Golem, the Drake Golem for sure. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you all have a good day. Bye, everybody.